Good hair. Yours isn't bad. Nice to see you all.
Welcome. It's our pleasure.
How good are the barbers here?
Excellent.
Very good. I can see they're good. They look good to me. Nice soft flow. What's that all about?
That's all the back.
Is it something?
Oh, the back.
Nice to see you all.
Big
Big hands, strong guy.
Thank you for being
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Trump.
So you're the owner?
My son is the owner. He's on his father.
Oh, you did that very nice and easy, huh? Is he as good as you?
It's great.
Nice to see you.
So, folks, come on. Was that great? Or was that great? I mean, Trump just literally into a barbershop right in the heart of the Bronx, folks. Could you see anybody doing that? Could you see? I don't know. I can't see. George Bush, could you see George Bush doing that? Could you see Mitt Romney? I don't think so. I could see Clinton doing that. Bill Clinton. Definitely Obama, of course. But let me ask you something. Do you think that Kamala Harris could have walked in to an all-white barbershop or an all-white beauty salon, let's say, where the majority of the clientele were white, in a deep red state? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's just not in her DNA. She is just not comfortable that way, folks. She's not self-deprecating. She still portrays, the hoity polloi, taking your teacup and drinking it with your pinky extended. She just can't mix. I mean, Trump comes in there and literally within seconds, they're trying to shake his hand. The room, I mean, the ambiance in the room just basically lights up with all this energy and whatever. And he sits down, he's talking with him, he's telling him his life experience a little bit. And what happened was that, these guys got a sense. I mean, can you imagine? They can now say they were sitting with the President of the United States of America as a homie in the Bronx, in their house, in their place. The president came down and gave them a few minutes and talked. Now, what I want to do is show you a clip from Fox News where President Trump goes on to reflect upon, this visit. So take a look at this, folks.
And you do better than that.
And, Mr. President, you're gaining with minorities. And, I've been going across the country to these barbershops. Yesterday, you said you wanted to go. So we went to the Bronx yesterday. Here's a little bit of what we saw at the barbershop.
You guys are the same as me. It's the same stuff. We were born the same way. I grew up in Queens and all of that. I mean, it's. I had a great father. I had a father who was a great guy. He was tough but good, big heart, big heart. And he was a construction guy, pretty much, and a real estate guy. And I learned a lot from him. He was great. But I know you people so well without knowing you. I know you so well. When I walked in here, I said, this is home territory.
So, Mr. President, we're going to play the full thing on Monday. But what was that experience like? There was so much love in the room.
It was like people that I grew up with, actually. All different types, everything perfect. The area was incredible. The traffic, there were thousands and many thousands of people standing outside this barbershop. The owner was great with the son. The son is actually the owner. He's already made that passage. But the people were fantastic. We could have stayed there for 2 hours, right? It was great.
Why do you think they're giving you a shot? They haven't voted for Republicans in years like this. So what are you doing on the ground differently?
Yeah.
It's attracting black men, Hispanic men?
I just saw a Hispanic poll where I'm at 52%. Nobody's ever seen that before. Republicans never been there before. I'm at 52%. And with black men, I'm at 32% and 31%. This is sort of throwing their their formula's off a little bit. You know, this is a little bit of a change. But look, we ran a great country. We had everything going. The world respected us. We had no wars. This group will cause us World War III. They have no idea what they're doing. And, you know, I hate to talk that way, but we can't let this woman get in. It's two people, and she's and you talk about unstable. She's a whack job. And how about the vice president? How about Waltz? I mean, he's not.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's right, folks. OMG, OMG, OMG. You know what they're going to do now? He just called Kamala Harris a whack job. Right on national cable news TV, where before he called her retarded. Well, she is retarded. We know that. She's an imbecile. She's a moron. But he just called her because we can't have this. She's a whack job. And these guys on the stage, they're just smiling inside. They're trying to hold it in. They can't crack up on that type of thing because everyone's going to say it. Oh my God. He knows exactly what to do, exactly what to say. The left can't stand it. And I'm telling you what, folks, if I don't hear in the news cycle that Donald Trump just called Vice President Kamala Harris a whack job, I am going to be absolutely shocked, shell-shocked, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. You have to know that I'm right about this. I mean, they're going to pick it up on this and they're going to think that it's really going to help them when all it's going to do is drive another nail in the Kamala Harris political coffin, folks. I mean, this is just unbelievable. It truly, truly is. So I want to share with you something. It's a piece from News Nation on Cuomo, I guess. And he's talking with, one of these pollsters. There's a young black man on, and then there's Geraldo Rivera. And Geraldo's trying to explain to everybody why he's voting for Kamala Harris, and also that the reason that black men do not want to do the jobs, menial labor and hardworking jobs that Hispanic people do in the poultry business, in the construction business, in the landscaping business. And this young black man absolutely takes Geraldo Rivera to town, basically. I mean, he should have called him a freaking racist for basically saying that, what do you mean? Black men aren't going to work hard or take those kind of jobs. I'll let you listen to how he explains it. And he literally slaps Geraldo Rivera, rhetorically speaking, around. So watch this, folks.
These Latino men, these drivers who are coming in, they're not coming for so-called black jobs. Black men don't want those jobs. Black men don't want to work in kitchens. They don't want to work mowing lawns with those blowers. They don't want to be poultry processors and meat packers.
Let me make a point. It's not that black men don't want to do those jobs that you deem as menial, Geraldo, in your words, not anybody else's. They will not do those jobs for the subpar wages that are paid to illegal immigrants. Now, let me tell you a quick story. I wrote a book called Always a Soldier. There's a story in that book about a McDonald's hamburger bun plant that was right outside of Chicago. When the immigration authorities made sure that that plant was not hiring illegal immigrants, they had to hire people from the local communities, many of which ended up being black men, and they had to pay them a livable wage. So let's stop with the fiction that black men don't want to work and that they don't want to do these jobs. What they don't want to do is these jobs for what these employers are paying illegal immigrants to do.
You ever see what the United Farm Workers look like? Have you? Have you ever
Yeah, but
have you
I
seen
worked
any
in
farm
Tucson,
workers lately?
where I learned
Have you
Spanish, but they didn't pay.
see who is harvesting the nation's crops?
Yes.
Who's
Well,
caring for
number
the
one,
nation's
machines
babies?
are harvesting a lot of nation's crops right now. That's an industry that is going towards automation. So the idea that America needs illegal immigration and America is so drunk on illegal immigration work that we need these people to do these jobs is very outdated, Geraldo. And like I said before, Americans will do these jobs. They just will not do them for the substandard wages that employers.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, that young man, he just literally wrecked, destroyed Geraldo Rivera. You know what? You could turn this around and you could have basically thrown out the race card, the R card, the B card, the bigot, call him a bigot, a racist. Did you see the color? I mean, do you know the skin color of those people that are out there? Yeah, maybe the majority of the people that are picking the crops and in the farmland are Hispanics. But one of the reasons was also is that maybe there's not that many black populations that are out there in those areas as well. But like the young man said, in those urban settings where those plants are, and they were hiring illegals at sub par, you know, rates of payment. Well, of course, no one's going to want to take that job for a couple of bucks an hour. Why would they? But then once those jobs are made available and they have to pay them a decent livable wage, well, then guess what? And then Geraldo said they don't want to be working in restaurants. Really? Really? You don't see any black people working in restaurants, Geraldo? Do you need to take those damn glasses off? Polish them up a little bit so you can see? Oh my God, that is unbelievable. He is so freaking liberal. Wants to be, no, he wants to be invited to the parties in New York City, folks. If he says he's a Trump person, guess what? This is a loyal friend of Donald Trump. He doesn't know Kamala Harris from a hair on his ass. But he wants to be on the in crowd so he can say, hey, at least I was with Kamala Harris. Please let me come to your parties in Manhattan, East Side, West Side, and any other places. That's all Geraldo Rivera is good for these days. Nobody gives a shit about his reporting. He doesn't know shit about Shiola. Doesn't know a damn thing. He's gone so far left that he's in cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs land. That's where he's at. This young black man took Geraldo Rivera to absolute task, folks. He really did. Congratulations to him. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Let us know what you think. Share down below. What do you think of Donald Trump's visit to the Bronx Barbershop? Do you think he ought to try to do that in every place that he goes to? I think that would be absolutely phenomenal, folks. Not just barbershops, but other places of business as well. Anyways, I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, you all take care and stay safe.